it's time to get busy working on this Nitro again. It's been a couple of days for me, and where I left off, I believe I had been fumbling with the timing belt and was going to install the alternator. But then I look around here and I'm thinking I better get some of this tubing on here first, because it kind of lays down behind stuff. I'm glad I pulled that out. I would have had that buried. And this cable here goes up here also. Yeah, and then the hose can lay down in there. Of course, I'll have to fight it through here. Yeah, that's the way it goes, down through that hole. First, I'm going to bolt on this oil dipstick tube. There's so much wiring, man. All right, bolt on the dipstick tube. See if we can line this up where it's supposed to go. Two-handed operation here. Push down on the tube, get it aligned to the hole. Where is it? Man, tricky. Alright, I know it's out of frame. Sorry. Is this? But is it any better, really? Don't know. Maybe not. Alright. Go get the wrench for that. In this case, 17 millimeter. Although maybe it shouldn't be a 17. This has been worked on before, so it's not 100% where it ought to be. Now we have this bracket that goes on the front of the head. I don't literally mean the front of the head, I mean one of the front bolts on the side of the head. See if I can get these to line up. It's kind of like at an angle pointing down, the whole bolt hole is, so it's a little tricky to get your mind to accept that. Thread's nice and easy, thank goodness. And it appeared to be a 15 millimeter. So where's the 15 millimeter socket? Good question. Right here. I have it. Wiring harness in the way. Of course. No, it's not a 15 either. Is it a 18? I don't think so. Oh no. Is it that 17 from before? don't know. Where is that socket? No, I think it's a 5/8 head on a metric bolt, of all things. And I don't have that here. I have to hunt for him. Oh my. I have to find the short one. I can get it tight enough. It's a bad hole to get into though. But I've seen worse. Alright. Got that done. Now we're going to rotate this cooling tube in there. Goes to the back side of the engine. I have to pull the dipstick out for clearance. Alright. And down you go. Man. Alright. I'll need a nut and bolt. Gotta connect this tube back here. I'll have to take the hose loose. Take the clamp. You can't see it, can you? No. I'm gonna have to put the clamp on the hose and then connect it. Connected the fuel line and install this clip to get the to keep it from disconnecting itself. And now we'll do the intake. I was going to do the alternator first, but I figured that doing the intake would probably be the... Man, it's on there. No trash got in it. Do the intake first. Alright. Let's get that ready. Okay, I got the intake here. Got the gasket replaced. It's a... Oh, excuse me. It's an O-ring arrangement, and we're just going to set the intake right on there, and hopefully we'll get all the holes lined up. They're blind, so you can't really tell. So let's be sure all these wires are kind of tucked out of the way and not interfering with my activity here. Don't want to pinch anything. Alright, here we go. So I used the old gasket to put tension on the bolts so they don't fall down and get in the way of lining everything up. Because on the ends we have these little dowels that go into a hole on the intake. That's all we really need. And I look at this and I thought, oh great, this EGR gasket's leaking. Maybe we can dab a little silicone on there and it'll be okay. We'll see. Anyway, let's get this intake on. After bolting down the intake, we need to connect. Well, that went right in there like it should have. Connect these excuse me, these bolts to the intake manifold in a hole. Man, They just need to line up. That's what I need them to do. Just line up. There we go. That's great. Now we'll do this front one. Come on. I have to slide this back or something. Hold on. I have to look into this hole here. See why things aren't lining up. How far off they are. 3 things to line up, it looks like. Intake, this bracket, and that tube. Nice. Good going, Dodge. This bolt for this bracket has to be loosened up so you can get to get the top one lined up, because you have to line up the bracket, this bracket here, and you have to line up the bracket that's on the metal tube, and then you have to line it up to the intake. So it all has to be very loose in order to start all the bolts. And now that you get all the bolts started, this one's extremely hard to get to with big hands. I'm having to use this long wrench to get in there, and it's kind of putting me in a cussing mood. Not fun at all. What a fight. Come on, find the bottom, please. Let's put it on there. Jesus. Can't get my hand in there, man. I need an electric ratchet pretty bad. There we go. Now get back in here. What a deal. Wearing me out. It's weird how one bolt can just wear on you. Really not nice of them to put it in here like this. There we go. Push it way down. Oh, how many turns is it going to take? But it's necessary. You can't line everything up with this loop, with this tight. It's easy to get to when nothing's in here. But in order to put everything in here and bolt everything else up, like that bolt right there, this has to be loose. Nice. Oh, there it is. There's the bottom. And a little more. Let's see if I can get another bite on it. Yeah. There. Jeez. And this. All right. Man, what a dog. All right, let's hook up a few wires. This may be premature, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's see what goes where. Does this go here? No. Does this go here? Yes. Yes, it does. And it doesn't stay on there very good. Does this go here? Yes, yes it does. Does this go here? Yes, yes it does. And it's wiggly, but that's fine. And this, where does it go? I don't know. Alright, we got a sensor here for the camshaft. Does this go here? Man, that is something. I'm gonna have to hold this harness up. Hold it up with that screwdriver, I think. And now maybe I can fish my left hand in here and hook that up. Yes. There. I believe these are alternator wires. This, who knows? This goes down there. Well, I don't know where that goes yet. Don't know. But I have to get out the service manual and actually look it up. We gotta look back here on this EGR. Get these tubes out of the way. They're kind of messing me up. What a mess this is. Really? Like that? I don't know. That is difficult to deal with. I have to find those little screws. But the gasket's, it's squished together pretty good. I don't think it's going to give me a hard time like I had envisioned. I'm just going to have to find those screws that go in here. I don't know, they're small. Let's see if I put them in the back. Hope I did. Yeah, here they are. Good. You only have to get them part started. They'll make their own threads. Alright. Get this one started. I don't like working left-handed. Alright, what are them? Like 5/16 or 8 millimeter. Yes, that's exactly what they are. I'm in an awkward position physically. I'm gonna have to use this other hand to do this one. Alright, switched hands. Damn it. Careful, don't drop it down behind the engine. You'll never get it back. Oh, that's it. You keep tightening, you'll surely ruin it. That goes back there. Obviously. This will go right here. Yep, tuck that down in there. Yep. This will go where? I don't know. Right here. Yep. So far so good. Only one connector I'm not sure about. Maybe it'll clear up as we go. I have faith that it will. There's that. This tube here will go in here. Move it around a little bit. Might require 2 hands. Maybe not. That'll go to the air cleaner, no doubt. All right. Let's get the alternator. Okay, the alternator is relatively straightforward, but I'm still not happy with how this harness is in here so tight underneath it. But there's not anything I can do about it. It's designed this way. It's really pretty bad. Really bad design. What size is that? Oh, the size I have out here. Oh well. You got to tighten down the alternator now, and then put the belt on it. Let's go look in the back. Well, those don't go back on it because it came with a new head. This will go on. This air filter and this tube right. Oh. And there's the connector for that other wire. Look at this thing. That's just nothing but a little resonator there. It has no significant purpose, as is this. Just a gizmo. A little noise suppressor type thing. So this goes on here like so. Yep. And that wire that we were puzzled about, here it is. Hang that out here. And this goes like this. This wire goes on here. I'm pretty sure. Why wouldn't it? Like that. Like this. Like this. There we go. Snip. And then what? This goes somewhere, doesn't it? There's no more connections on it. Alright, that's fine. That is so ugly. And then we have an air filter box. But first we need to be sure that we tighten down the compressor. Alright, so let's get this alternator cinched up. Okay, the alternator's tightened down. Now we can fiddle with this belt a little bit. Like I say, there's no map, so I'm guessing. But I'm relatively sure about my guess. Relatively sure, I said, didn't I? But I'm not 100%. This will have to go down through here. And it looks like it will. So let's tighten this tensioner up. There, let's see if this ratchet will work it. Nope, that's a true 15. Oh, by the way, these bolts took a 16. Probably a 5/8 works. To a socket, and it's easier to turn the screw. You tighten it down with the 1/4-inch ratchet because you can over tighten a screw this size, break it off, fairly easy. Ooh, that don't work. Get that breaker bar. Put it in this square hole here firmly so it hurts yourself. Push down on this, get more slack in the belt, and slide this belt around that pulley. I cannot do it. Hold the camera. This is the right routing. It's not cooperating with me. I'm going to try a different routing. I'll be back with you. Okay, we got it. What you do is you go around the crankshaft, and after the crankshaft you come up and go around this pulley here. That's not a water pump, appears to be. And then this idler, or down around the bottom, back over the top of the alternator, down around this pulley, down around over this pulley, down around the compressor, and I see I've got it off the groove, so I had to take care of it again. Tied around the compressor and back up to this tensioner, and then back down to here. Let me give it a little adjustment. Okay, that's all tight now. The pulleys are all seated well, and everything looks good. Let it get so, there you go. That's better. Yeah, it's around all its pulleys now. Let's see, I'm gonna get that air box, and I'm looking at this, and this may not go down in here after all, because it has a little gizmo right here. It may turn and come up, and I may have to take the alternator loose again just to get to that. Sometimes these things tell on themselves. Yeah, it goes on the air box. And that's exactly what I got to do. The tensioner, again. Maybe not. Let me see. Regardless, I've got to work on this alternator again, get it loose, and oh well. No, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was able to just kind of wiggle it through here. It went thud and popped right out. So it snaps right in here. Now the air cleaner box will go in these grommets here. And one of them are broken off or never installed. I don't know. There's one of the grommets right there. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one's broken off. Let me put it together. Trick is to put a little oil on them. Hold on. And it's almost empty. Yeah, it's almost empty. And then this will just, it'll just pop right in there where it's supposed to be. Of course, you got to manipulate the hose onto it first. So, kind of lined up. Get the hose on it. Hold on. Alright, got the hose on it. And you can reach under here and feel. And kind of work it toward it. Like that. Like that. There we go. It's on there. And then this goes on here. And snaps into this spot. And now we have it in a position where we should be able to start it. Let's see if it got any oil in it. Oh yeah, it's nice. No signs of water in the oil. So we're going to try to start it. Let's hook the battery up. Open the door first, because these things are notorious for locking you out with a low battery. Go get the key. Alright, let's see if it starts. Battery cable may not be tight enough, and it's going to be loud because I haven't hooked the exhaust back up. That doesn't sound good. Let's get the little battery jumper on it. It's hitting pretty hard. Hope that's not a bad sign. Really, I hope not. I'm tired of fooling with it. I'm ready to get it going. I know one thing. I will never, ever buy one of these things. Never. I am not fond of it at all. Let's try to start this unhappy Dodge one more time. Well, I got the key in the pocket. Don't matter. Not friendly. You know, I don't remember plugging the crank sensor in. Maybe I did. Yeah, there it is. I mean, the cam sensor. It's plugged in. Did I forget something? I don't think so. Oh, yes, I did. I know what I forgot now. I forgot the fuel pump relay or fuse or something. What is it? I pulled it, so there it is right there. Where does it go now? I think it goes right there by that 25, I'm pretty sure. See what happens now. Funny how I forget that. Fire up for me. Whoop, where's the key? And me poke it. Oh, the battery's way down now. We'll have to let it charge up. How unfortunate. It's going to take a little while. So we'll let it do its magic. And we'll come to it later today. Okay, third try. Still not enough battery. But it fired. I heard it fire up. Alright, we'll let it rest some more and charge up that battery and come back to it later. While I'm waiting around for the battery to charge, I'll ease this fan in here and see if I can get it to tighten up. Let's see if we can get this thread one-handed. I know that ain't happening. Definitely takes two hands. Easy. Come on, spin for me, please. There we go. Got it started. Just thread it on there. Should bottom out in a second. Whoa, what was that? Ratchet. Just a ratchet. I got a crescent wrench laying somewhere. My place is a mess. All right, we got that threaded on. Now we'll just let this battery finish charging up and see what happens. Maybe it'll start right up and not blow up in my face. We can try it one more time. Okay. No, it's just not doing it. I'll have to wait. Okay, we're gonna do the jumper cables. Got the key to this Dodge now. Let's see if she'll start. Run all right after all this work. Jeez. Well, that don't sound good. It's got a miss. Whoa, whoa. What the heck? Something's not right. Well, that's very disappointing. I guess I'll have to take the intake off, check for compression, because you can't get to the spark plugs with the intake on it. Thanks, Dodge. And do the compression check. And then I might have to take this timing cover back off and sort it out. I'm pretty sure I had it on the marks. But maybe not. Maybe not. Sure, I'm disappointed. So I'll get back with you when we find the problem. Appreciate you watching. Have a good day.